Hey friends, here I'm back and I want to talk about a Chopin solo on Django, and it has an interesting form. So the A part is like 6 bars long and we can learn a lot about how he's navigating a 2-5-1, how he's playing a line of a 2-5-1 progression, but also very interesting, there's like a dominant chain, like, you know, like B flat 7 going to E flat 7, A flat 7 going to D flat 7, and each chord gets only 2 beats, so that's always tricky. How can you navigate it? And we're going to look how Chopin navigates that, because really cool. So first of all, I'm going to play the line for you. So this is a really swinging line. It's not too hard to play. It's right. It has a form of 6 bars. So the chords are like F minus 7, at least that's what on the lead sheet. D half diminished, G half diminished, C7, right? So those are the first 2 bars, and that's if you want to a turnaround in F minor, right? So he starts on A flat, which is like our minor third, right? And then if you look at this phrase, which is already so interesting, this is an F minor triad. So he's basically playing the A flat, minor third, G the 9, and then really just the shape of an F minor chord. And then he's ending on the B flat for the next chord. So one word about F minor: if you're playing an F minor 7 chord, F minor 7 is maybe not the best choice on a tonic sounding minor chord. I would prefer like an F minor 6 chord. And the F minor 6 is really only an inversion of the D half diminished, right? So that's already very interesting, because we could also think this shape would be like the upper half of a D half diminished, but I prefer to think about this entire bar. The bar is just F minor, it's just F minor. We can play something F minor. We don't have to freak ourselves out to play a D half diminished arpeggio. If you find this inversion right, like this 1-6 could also like C minus 6, A half diminished in another key, just think minor, you will be fine. And then he continues in bar 2, it's G half diminished. Right, that's our 2-5. That would lead back to F minor, but in this tune it just leads back to F7, right? So he's on this second bar, he's playing. Right, and if we analyze the first 8 notes on the G half diminished, we can think, okay, flat 3, then we have the 11, then we have the D flat, which is like the flat 5, and then we have the flat 13, right? But I really try and prefer to think that he's thinking C7 over the entire bar, because that's what's often happening and makes stuff really much easier to understand. And then we have like a flat 7 on the C7 with a root, and then we have a flat 9 and a sharp 9, which is like a cliche altered thing you can do on the C7 chord that goes to minor, right? So I'm thinking altered scale here basically, right? Those notes stem all from the C altered scale. And then what I like a lot, right? What's that? Always played on different parts, on different string paths. You sometimes can see stuff easier than it's like an augmented C triad, right? C, sharp 5, 3. And then the C again. So it's again just outlining the C7, but with like an augmented triad. So we can learn like also plays the F on the first beat of the third bar, so it really resolves here, right? So I'm thinking F minor, thinking C7. So my mind, I'm connecting this to only one chord each bar, makes it much easier to remember. And now we already having this dominant chain, this, you know, like 5 chords leading into each other, F7, B flat 7, E flat 7. And he's playing some, people refer to it as a Coltrane thing, I don't know. But he's just playing 1, 2, 3, 5. Right? This is the F7. And then he's playing 1, 2, 3, 5. Next chord is the B flat 7. 1, 2, 3, 5. Next chord is the E flat 7. So just like really super clearly outlining those chords. I sometimes like to analyze Chopin's because he's sort of plastic, not plastic. He's sort of, you know, I can really understand what he's doing because, now I have it, it's sometimes a little obvious, but in a good way for me because then I know what's happening, right? So yes, he's just like outlining this chain of dominant. And then on the A flat 7, instead of playing this thing again, he stops doing this and just descends Mixolydian. Right, just descending the A flat 7, A flat Mixolydian scale. Lands on the D flat, and he is on the D flat 7 chord now. And then just like really approaches the flat 7 of the D flat 7. I really like the flat 7 here. Can you hear how cool it sounds? Flat 7. Right, and then we're already in bar 6 and we're already going back to F minor. So we have G half diminished, C7, going to F minor. And then let's look what he's playing. He is playing such a classic line, right? And again, I'm not thinking about the half diminished chord. I'm just thinking C7, and then it's like this. I think it's like a chromatic approach from above, double chromatic approach from below. I'm landing on the C of the C7. And then I'm playing this thing here that I already discovered. It's again an augmented triad, right? A flat or G sharp if you want to, E. And then he plays this G here, which is already on the F minor, like a 9. So you can just like practice it as a short lick. Right, you can always just like extract the little thing, right? You don't need to do like the entire solo, just like really take the snippet that speaks to me. This is a snippet that speaks to me. Right, and so he's thinking C7, and then we're back in the first bar with the F minor and the D half diminished chord. G acts as an enclosure for the F that is coming, so, and also for the arpeggio that he's starting in a minute. So he's playing. Can you hear that? So this is the destination, and then he's playing. Like a minor major, F minor major arpeggio. If you want to, you can think F melodic minor, right? That would be the F melodic minor scale, and then I'm skipping every second note. And then I'm ending up with this F minor triad, the major 7, and the 9. Right, and he's also playing some triplets here. And then just again plain F minor. And we're also still on the F minor chord. And then again, you know, in the beginning, the E and the G work like an enclosure. And then again here, the E and the G repeat, right? It repeats. And then try it. And then super interesting, this F minor, try it, right? Check it out. Right, it's the same thing again. Just on another string pair. He plays the same thing. F minor here. D flat minor. But just approaching it chromatically from above. And guess what? We are on the C7 chord again. So G half diminished, C7. Again, I'm only thinking C7. I am coming from my F minor melodic minor. If you want to, F minor, try it, and then playing the same, try it, but approaching it chromatically from above on the C7, right? And the C7 is the 5 chord going to F minor. Again, we're going to F7. The tune goes to F7, but it doesn't matter because we expect it would go to minor. And so we can think it's a secondary dominant, 5 going to 6, right? And so it's an altered dominant. And then we can think altered scale, and C7, the altered scale, is just like D flat melodic minor, half step higher, right? If you have a dominant 7th chord, you can just like always play melodic minor, a half step higher, and then you have the altered scale, right? Right, and I'm thinking just, right, this is like major 3rd going to the sharp 9, flat 9, right? We already did have that here. On the other C7, we also had like a root, flat 9, sharp 9. This is very typical, and we have it here just in another order. Flat, sharp 9, right? And then the classic connection, bebop connection, flat 7 of the C7 goes to the A, because the next chord is an F7. Yeah, and now we're back to this chain of dominance. It's the second time the A part repeats. Is he playing again? Right? No, he is not, right? So he is actually just like outlining the chords. And so if you're thinking F7 like in bar 9, this would be the flat 9, thinking F7. But then the next chord is a B flat 7. And we're just going to visualize this shape. And then we're just going to approach each of those notes like this. Isn't that magic? And that's what he's doing. He's thinking B flat 7. He's thinking B flat major triad. And then again, classic connection, flat 7 going to the 3 of the E flat 7. Flat, and then again, you can think A flat 7. And then we're ending on the F. Thinking B flat 7 triad, B flat triad, connecting, A flat triad. Right, so basically he is really like visualizing those triads and also playing this classical connection. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. This solo is really great. I find it's not so hard to play, and I had a lot of fun working on it. See you next week. Bye. Yeah, and if you learn it by heart and if you understand what you're doing, it will be much easier to remember it. Just please don't forget to practice any transcription that you're practicing alongside with the recording. have yourself a loop and really try to get in the swing feeling. I think this is the most important thing, even more important than anything else, is to get into this feeling, and you can achieve that. You just play along over and over again with your favorite recordings. Now I have to make some coffee. I hope you're all doing fine. Bye bye.